I almost forgotten seeing you around Purple Grove. You remember when you were going and visiting Mrs. Marshall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
She left. Well,
No.
she passed away 2 weeks ago.
I know, it's sad, isn't it? But look, I wanted to let you know that I'm moving forward with the testing of Mum's remains. We've exhumed.
Oh, you were able to
Yep.
get the authority to
Yep.
exhume her?
So
Okay.
we can do
It's
some
good.
DNA testing
Moving the right way.
for allergies, in particular, I guess, sulphur.
If we can find it sulfur or something else, yeah.
Or at least determine if it was an asthma attack.
Yeah.
Now we don't even know that.
I'm very amazed that it has never been done, and I was away, as you know, overseas, and you were kept out of the loop. So
Yeah.
did you tell Jeff?
Oh, yeah. I told him, and he's not happy about it at all.
I bet.
Yeah.
So we're on the right track. We're probably going to find out something then with that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, now, I think you're going to be right now. So now, as you can see, the lights is set up quite nicely now. You got to put it like this and continue to fume the fire. Yeah. So now this, we'll lock it up, and that's it.
Back to Orange. The house has been totally transformed. A lot of work was done.
Check out the library.
Sweat and tears.
But if Mum wants to come and visit, then
Well, of course let her come, but just make sure you give me plenty of notice so I make sure I don't see the bitch.
Nice to see you all, Block.
Nice to see you.
What did you do to us? You know,
Yes,
it was
I
a
know.
terrible year.
yeah.
Tina agonized about it.
Yeah, I'm not unhappy. Another 30 years together, I would think.
Where is Tina? I mean, we were in partnership together. She just disappeared. She vanished. Where?
She's gone to Hobart to see her son.
Hobart?
Yes.
I mean, for a visit. So, I mean, don't forget, we're in partnership on Mercury Wings. Hank, you could have told me.
Well, what did you expect her to sit around and wait for you?
She has a son to look after, you know. She bond with him again, and an ex-husband she might end up reconciling with him. We don't know the full story yet at this stage.
Are you telling me she considered reconciliation with Nick?
No, it's just an assumption, you know. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, we just came in partnership on Mercury Wings.
Yeah, well, don't panic. She might come back.
Okay, well, when I came for dinner, I thought I would see her, but okay.
Oh, well, we've got a nice French meal for you.
What is it?
Poulet bears.
Oh, bouillabaisse.
Poulet
That was a lovely dinner, and thanks for the accommodation tonight.
You enjoyed the poulet.
Yeah.
Poulet bears. Well,
So Tina, now,
well
in Hobart.
no, yeah, what do you think she's doing there? I mean, after what she wants, it's quite simple, really, when you think about it. She's decided that although she accepted that Nick would have custody of the child, she would like to have influence the child and have much more to do with him. So she's gone to Hobart. I actually think she wants to get back into Nick's pants as well. But
Well,
she's always
probably,
been
and
a bit of a, you know what else she's like.
I guess would be probably nice for her to try and create or recreate this family environment for Chris. Will she still come and see you guys? Or?
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think because of Madam here, it's a little unlikely.
So in the meantime, she went in partnership with me, you know, with for Mercury Wings. So what's going to happen with a half of with her shares? Yeah. So I mean, she was so keen on managing this movie production together.
Her mother and life got in the way. And you're not going to like this. You just ask me what she's going to do with it. She's actually given those shares to me.
What? How is that possible?
She has. Nothing to stop her.
You don't know anything about movie production. You hardly know anything about your garden.
I'm a very skilled person. I'll pick it up quickly. I've been studying. I reckon I'd even give you. I reckon I could give you a run for your money.
Yeah, but I hope so. But what
You've never made any money with it yet.
What I think is you're going to be in my foot, in my feet,
That's right.
in the middle of
watching every step you take.
and I won't be able to make any decisions. You're going to destroy Mercury Wings.
I don't know about destroy, but I'll certainly do something with it.
I can't believe she did that. Why would she do that? Why would she need to give you those shares?
It's time for her to move on and do something else. Everything. I'm not going to stop any of the projects that you have underway, but I've got one concern. I don't know if you realise it, but we actually only have 85% of the shares. 42.5 for you, 42.5 for me, and the other 50 is Melanie.
15, yeah, Melanie, yeah. On anything?
Do you know where she is?
No, unfortunately, since last year's drama, no.
I think you've got to locate her because she's got the ability to stop any project that we may have that we may have in mind. I would reckon you want to make that a priority.
Oh, you mean if... sit down, please. You mean if we eventually disagree on a project, she could make it balance one way or another?
That's correct, yeah.
It's a glorious day.
Yeah.
So what's happening?
Well, my focus is getting, Mercury Wings. I definitely need to get full control, and the fact that Tina get a proxy to Hank, I don't know if it's going to be a problem.
Well, what do you think it's a problem?
I don't know, with Melanie we don't know where she is, and she gets still 15%. It's not an ideal solution.
So, how is it?
It's a lot better than it was. I tell you, lucky I've got some friends in my places.
Yeah, well, of course, I'll look after you.
Yeah, well, David and Patricia, I've been great friends with them for a long time, and if it wasn't for David, he's the one that's doing all these high-level favours for me.
What's he after?
It's still a dub, but it's a lot better than the cockroach hole I was in.
Well, don't worry. I'm going to work on trying to get you out of here.
It's almost scary. You're a bit scared, dear. You're a bit wide around the gills.
Yes. Thunderstorm scared the hell out of me.
Oh dear, why, all you've had in your life, you wouldn't think a thunderstorm would scare you. All you've had, dear. You've had more thunder than I know, dear, in your life.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, well, I've got 15%, and I want more.
So what do you want?
Well, I want to strike a deal with you. I want your help.
Yeah, the last time I did a deal with you people, I made hardly any money out of it. It's going to cost you a lot more this time.
Well, whatever, we'll talk about that later. But all I know is Mercury Rings has to belong to the Kellys. David is going to help, and you're going to help. David and I.
Well, you pay me enough money, no more.
You want to buy the apartment back?
Well, the offices are being renovated in Piedmont.
Yeah, this is
So
where the Mercury Wings are. I mean, beautiful venue.
Yeah, so your apartment's being renovated. But I want you to stop that renovation because I want to be able to buy it.
Okay,
And I want to be able to renovate how I want it.
Okay, well, I don't see why. So you want to basically own Olivia's apartment. Is there a specific reason?
There's no reason. So I'm selling the apartments in London and New York, and so I'm going to invest in Australia. So I want your apartment. Oh, God, that was hot. That's the best sex I've had for a while. You're a goer, aren't you?
That felt nice. I almost forgot what it felt like to have a man in my life.
That was good. But anyway, besides that, what's the plan?
Well, we've got 50% of the company now.
You need 100 for full control.
And you're going to help me try and get the other 50% off David. And then you know what?
Right. And how am I going to do that?
The future in total control.
Again?
Well, you seem okay, you know, after such a big surgery. It didn't work out well.
Yeah, considering all this guy has been through.
Yeah. I mean, he did you see his face? I mean, he doesn't know us, but he was quite pleased to see that you were, I mean, related to Hank. I mean, he's said that, so that was good.
Yeah, I'm happy for him.
He still have a long way to go, you know, rehabilitation and all that.
Yeah.
That will take a long way.
Yeah, I can't see that being an easy process.
But you now, you need some sleep, okay?
Yes.
Look at yourself,
Yes.
you know? You exhausted yourself here, you know? Go back to your husband, or sorry, your future husband, you know, ask him some nice massage, you know, with oil on the back, you know, and your feet and all that. You need some rest.
I purchased this for you when I was overseas last time,
It's beautiful, thank you.
and I would just like to give it to you to my appreciation for all you've done for me.
Aretha Franklin, Celia Cruz.
Beautiful. I love Celia Cruz.
Thank you.
Jose Feliciano. All fantastic. And now I have the copy of the movie, which
You
I
have
am,
it?
yes, my copy of the movie, which I'm going to use against Hank to get my cottage back. Well, I hope he's home, because this is a good opportunity to discuss things with my brother, seeing that his wife is not here. So trust Olivia.
Well, I wouldn't if I were you. I wouldn't if I were you. I mean, you know, and you should know, never trust a woman.
No, I know that, and
I mean, they're a fickle lot.
especially with Patricia Parkinson. I never trusted her.
And Olivia Hartfeld.
And Lydia Hartfeld is the same situation.
Well, I don't think I've cooked very often for you, Hank.
No, I don't think I've had that privilege. Usually, Nita has to do all the work.
Yes.
Quite strange for you to be exerting yourself. I'm surprised.
Yeah, this time I'm going to make some lasagna and adventuring. So I hope we had those discussions coming up regarding what really happened more than 20 years ago.
Well, you know what happened is that your father actually, he was never pushed, he didn't drop off the cliff like everybody thought.
Yeah, drop off a cliff going to the river.
No, and they didn't have that dreadful accident. Jeff paid me to do it, but I didn't do it. I gave your father a one-way ticket to somewhere else.
This is where my father has been all those
That's
years.
right, that's where he's been for 20 years. Can you guess?
More opals, I suppose. Oh my God!
So he was the arsehole the whole time. And this, direct evidence, he's on a pathway to the gallows.
Oh my.
He'd be hung.
Oh.
Hung. Jail and hanging. Well, I gave him the drugs. I drugged him. He collapsed in the garden. I put him in the boot of the car and drove him to the cliff.
But you didn't do it. You were supposed to throw him off the cliff.
No, that didn't happen.
Can I ask you why that happened and why Jeff offered you money to do it?
Jeff and I both had the same problem. We both had brothers we couldn't stand. I helped him to get rid of his, and he helped me to get rid of mine. It was a good deal.
The part of the bargain was that you killed my dad. I can't believe it.
That was the bargain, but I didn't actually do it.
You had some remorse.
Well, I decided to do elsewise.
Anyway, my dad is back, has been back for many years now, and we're happy, but I cannot forget and forgive suddenly that you've done that with Uncle Jeff.
Well,
what was the reason?
Well, Jeff was always, had the hots for your mother, as you know. Couldn't stand the fact that his brother was with her, so that's why it all happened. It all seemed pretty logical. It was the way that he could get exactly what he wanted.
But to kill the man, it's a big step forward.
That's what he wanted. His wife. Your mother was the one that, your mother's the instigator behind Purple Grove. I, as the engineer, assisted her with the concept and the structural details.
And what did Jeff ask you more and more to participate into that?
Jeff was always pretty keen on the idea, yes.
Hello. Hello. Look, I just came to tell you that I don't think we've got any option but to take Jeff to court and leave Claire with nothing. We take Purple Grove off his hands and Claire's.
Okay, so we are working on something and it's going to be pretty big.
Yeah?
And it could bring a lot of scandal and attention onto the family. So we're doing an investigation on the substances used in the foundations at Purple Grove back when it was built. So you were there. Can you recall anything like sulphur, maybe?
I was there. I didn't know anything about it at the time. Knew nothing. You know your father. He kept me out of the loop. He's just a control freak, really.
Well, we're preparing the case as we go, but we need to build a strong case. So we need as much evidence as possible. But ultimately, we're going to have to brief the lawyers, and they're the ones who are going to guide us.
Right. Well, you realise this is our last chance. We've exhausted all avenues, so this has got to pay off.
And this is why we need a strong case.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we also need to just really hold firm and not rush at anything. Keep it totally...
Don't overreact.
Keep it on the down low. We can't let him know what we're up to.
Exactly.
There's a lot of mystery, as you know, around my mother's death. Do you recall Mum being asthmatic?
Oh, I don't know too much about it, but I did hear, there were stories around it at the time, yes.
Because with Deb, we're currently investigating and doing some research, and we're moving quite fast on a few things that raise the concerns. Back the time when you or Uncle Jeff and Dad built up Purple Grove, the foundations of Purple Grove, then it seems that some different material was used in with the cement to build up the foundations of the... Do you say it's possible that we use sulfur in cement and limestone just to build up the foundations of a building? Is it possible?
Well, I don't really recall, but back at that time, it's possible that they were running out of limestone. It was expensive, and they substituted it with some sulfur. Not unusual. I mean, sulfur's just a chemical.
Yeah, but a chemical that could kill.
What's a chemical?
These plants have really grown since you kept me in the penthouse.
Yes, I've transferred them here, and they're growing really good, very healthy. But
doing quite well.
That's not the reason I've asked you over here.
Yes.
We don't want to talk about the plants.
So, did you come to talk to me about the boutique?
No, I'm not going to talk to you about that. There's no point. You know it's closed, and you're unemployed. But the thing is, you've still got Mercury Wings, and I want to talk to you about something totally different. It's about the latest book, the essay that Janice wrote while she was at the hotel.
Yes, I know. Claire paid me a visit. The letter that Claire sent to Penelope.
We've got to stop that from being published. I mean, what more scandal do we need for this family?
I mean, it's dynamite. It really is. Whatever's going to come out is going to be dynamite. And, you know, really, Claire and Penelope never even loved you. You will regret this, I'm telling you.
I'm going to release my letter of authority to lock you back up again. You are unstable.
Dad, you lucky one to be on the sun and not working, relaxing.
Nice to see you, son. Yeah. And tell me, how was Hank?
Hank was fine, still the same, you know. He's got a beautiful house, he's done it up. But it was an opportunity for me to have a chat with him and try and understand if there was anything he could remember from Mum, and also why he's basically ruined our lives many years ago when he decided to, or he was basically blackmailed by Uncle Jeff to get rid of you.
I know. They've been trying to do that for years because Jeff can't get over the fact that Penelope loved me and not him. So he's doing everything in his power, with Claire I might add, to get rid of me out of the picture.
Yeah, they've got a lot to respond, and also probably if Mum was still alive, you'd be together.
Yeah, well, you know that Penelope divorced me because of the letter that she received and said that I was the father.
Melanie's father.
Yeah, Melanie's father. Well, I
all
wasn't.
seemed to be a lot of circumstances that led to the split up of my parents and unhappiness all those years.
Well, that caused immense unhappiness. Well, I haven't been happy for years either.
There's a lot of years we need to catch up with, Dad, and we're all working on it.
Yeah.
Deb and I, we try to really make them pay for what they've done.
Well, they have to pay for what they've done. Too much misery is because of them.
We still need to protect Purple Grove family assets and Mercury Wings. I don't know where it will stop and where it will end.
No. Well, Jeff will try to make sure it works out his way. He only thinks about himself. Nobody else matters.
We just need to convince the others that this is the way he is.
Things will work out proving that.
Mum, Melanie, here you are, both together. You know, it was tough being the child of you, Mum, and hard being the mother of you, Melanie. I wasn't always the best at it, but at least you're here now together. And that's a comfort. I think that's really nice. And it's nice to come here and talk to you both.
Well, maybe you got what you deserved. I mean, why would you want to try and hurt your mother?
I didn't see it as hurting my mother. I wouldn't want to hurt my mother. I just had to do some things that maybe were a bit extreme. Maybe I did the wrong thing. Well, look, I found these flowers that you wanted and some roots attached. I thought you said you'd like to have them.
Oh, thank you very much.
Right.
Thank you.
So,
it's strange to be seeing you after the fortnight I've spent at Purple Grove being so happy. But I found out that you manipulated Dr. Vincent.
I don't manipulate people. I try to do what works for the company.
To drug me?
Well, you know, I tried to talk to you and I just didn't seem to be on your wavelength, or you weren't on my wavelength. Something was going askew.
The name back. I read the book. I mean, I scanned through. I think there are 2 pages missing at the end.
There's nothing missing. What are you talking about?
Did you read the book?
I read the book. I told you I read the book and I thought it was brilliant.
It's pretty flat at the end, the story.
I didn't think so.
And,
what do you think's missing?
I don't know. I think Ma'am said, if I remember vaguely, she wanted to close the loop and it would be something about the yellow coat killer, but I didn't see that at the end.
Now, I'm going to take all these are light.
Only because I don't know what you did to get this, but seriously, make sure that you're taught a lesson again. Understand?
I'm not worried. Besides, I'm after you, not you're after me.
You've been around my family for too long now and it's time for you to fuck off. Back for about a week now to sort out all the assets.
How long is she going to stay for?
Not long. She just wants to sort all this out and get it over and done with and then go back.
Have you met up with her?
Yeah. Yeah, I met up with her in Narrabeen.
She hasn't sold the house yet.
She hasn't sold it yet. Well, she wants peace with us and amongst us and I guess she finally appreciates me. My expertise and what I can do, and she finally realises that I'm the right person. But you should go and see her.
Yeah, I better see her then before she head back to South Africa. Will you be around or you?
No, I've got to get a flight. I'm catching a flight back to the States this afternoon, so that's
So hopefully you find something regarding Christy.
Well, that's the aim.
So it's not sold yet?
It's good. I'm glad it's not sold.
Back for a week?
Yes.
Sort it all out?
Yes, we can sort it all out by going to sell everything in the house. I might organise to take it to an auction.
Okay.
They'll come and pick up everything, and that way it's done in one hit.
You've got a little bit of tan, is it? You're working closer to end of the sun all day?
Yes, well, it's very, very satisfying to work with the tribes. This time of our lives, we can turn around and do some good for some other people.
It's moving along, isn't it?
It is, and I've just got to finish up packing.
What did the real estate say?
Oh, it won't be a problem. The house will sell very well.
But you haven't been able to sell it when you storm out to South Africa.
I can always rent it. It's not a problem. Or if you like, you can move in. But the main thing is that I want the family to be united.
What are we going to do without you?
That way, you can defeat anyone. You can defeat any enemy. You'll be strong. I always wanted the best for my family. I've never really been able to express it, but I think now you might realise that. You might be able to see the bigger picture now. Oh well, that's all we can do is hope.
Well, Seb, I really think it's amazing how you've transformed Mercury Wings.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Glad you liked it. I mean, obviously lately Nina has been contributing a lot since she has financially helped me out. Yeah. The creativity has certainly helped me to keep going and get the finances right. I mean, yeah, it's working well. I'm glad one of the companies is working well. Purple Grove, we don't know where really it's heading. With Jeff conniving with Claire to get my dad out.
So, have you got any information, any news?
Yes, kind of disturbing news. It's early days, but I mean, Sean has probably told you that he was working on analyzing the DNA of Mem, and she may have not suffered from asthma. You know.
Really?
Yeah, we thought it was asthma all these years when she had the 2 crises. but may not have been asthma.
Then what does that mean?
Well, we find out that she had an allergy to sulfur.
Okay.
And allergy to sulfur, based on what the doctor are saying, is that if she had been exposed to a large amount of sulfur, could have killed her.
Sulfur? How could she have been exposed to a large amount of sulfur?
So this is what I've been investigating on, and I asked also to the engineer Daniel Sweet to help, because he used to work back the time on the project of Purple Grove with Mum and Uncle Jeff, and it seems that there was in the foundations themselves of Purple Grove that there was a huge component of sulfur that was mixed with the limestone to build up the foundations of Purple Grove. You and I wouldn't have known, but that's obviously free up Dr. Vincent, who thought as a pharmacist he was responsible of the prescription. If Mum was allergic to sulfur and had been exposed to a huge component of sulfur, it would have killed her and would have given the symptoms of a asthma crisis.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Well, it could have been an accident, or it could not have been an accident if it was planned years in advance, you know. And that's what we need to prove next, is that maybe Mum's death is not an accident. We want to take Uncle Jeff to court for what he's done in the past. Knowing everything we know, he could have very well planned to expose Mum to the sulfur, knowing that she was allergic to it.
What would be the purpose of that? What would he be trying to achieve?
Well, we know from now, thanks to Alvira's diary, that Mum always loved David, my dad. He would have been jealous. The second one is maybe Mum knew too much, and maybe she was in between him and Claire. Look at after all those years, you know. He knew Melanie was his daughter. Now they own Purple Grove, 1 + 1, you know. I know what it means. They would have known from the beginning, and if it's that, it irritates me more, you know, to think that from all those years they used us all. We need to really take them down with that story.
If he was responsible for Mum's death...
Wow, okay, so I put lots of things in the car already. The car is parked. You know, we just tidy up some few things.
Yeah, I'm just helping Sebastian to pack this up.
Okay, good. Yeah, we did promise him to keep it tidy.
Yeah.
It's nice. I'm really excited about moving to Singapore finally.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
We are like 3-bedroom apartment in Singapore.
Yeah, that's right. What's that place called again? Sunray View, that's right. Oh, that's right. So look, we're going to miss Sydney for sure. I mean, Sydney's offered us so much opportunity. That's where we met as well. I'm so happy.
But I'm also happy with the future. Congratulations on your professor.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I finally completed what I came out here to do. Really excited for my career as well. That's right. So yeah, you know, new things are always coming, isn't it?
Yeah, I also got another news for you.
What is it?
I just got a test result.
No? What test?
Pregnancy test.
Why didn't you tell me you had a pregnancy test?
Confirmed. So.
What do you need to find out if there was sulfur used? Is there something we can do?
Well, we could bring in the forensics team, and we can have them take samples of the sulfur.
Okay.
and they will tell you whether there's been any, was it limestone that you say that's in there? So that would be the first step.
Because it would be a soil sample, wouldn't it?
Well,
You'd have to test the soil.
Yeah, there'll be another option as well.
Because in the DNA, man's DNA, when we exhumed the body and took her DNA, is that we find out she was allergic to sulfur.
Right.
And that could have been the cause of the death, not the asthma.
Okay, right. Did she have some sort of like, you know,
in the lungs.
a reaction to it in the lungs or something like this?
So we want to pursue this avenue because that's the different kettle of fish and different ball game, if it's the case.
Yeah. I suppose we can take those, you know, some samples to the laboratory and then do some tests and whether there's some sort of reaction. But
what about the Purple Grove construction documents? What do you think, Sis?
Well, there's no harm in digging those out. You know, you think there'd be purchase orders for anything,
any types of sulphur or anything?
or limestone or soil or wood chips, whatever it happened to be during the construction, right? Part of the project management, there would have to be...
There'd be records, there'd be records of journals and things
before
like
building of the property, there'd be a land...
well, the surveyors have to survey the land.
all the resources that they've purchased them to do the...
and then they would have, you know, sort of prepared the soil to start...
But then, you know, it's 35 years ago as well, so...
So where would those documents be kept, you think?
Oh, for sure, Jeff's got them. He's probably got them under lock and key. You know
where
what?
would that be? That's got to be somewhere inside, you know, Purple
Jeff
Grove
keeps
somewhere,
everything close to his chest. But
Which has got
it's worth a chance.
I never had the opportunity to thank you, the two of you, for staying back and postponing your trip, just to help us or help me to overcome this challenge and take Jeff and Claire down. Thank you, Sean. I hope we can find something, but that's our lead now. We don't have any more lead, but if we can prove that Jeff killed our mother, still difficult to digest, but if we can prove that, we've got it. We've got him down.
Yeah. It's difficult to digest, for sure. But then, on the other hand, it's not. Because we know what this man is capable of. We have seen what he's done to people.
And that's the
in the
tragedy,
past.
like, you know, for
Exactly.
a man to do that, to kill his wife, the mother of his children, you know, it's evil. It's evil.
If you had asked me this 3, 4, 5 years ago, I would have laughed at the suggestion. But right now, here, today, it's
possible.
Yeah.
But I'm just afraid he's slipped through the cracks so many times before. Just don't want him to slip through the cracks again this time.
This is why we need to be cautious.
What are you looking for, dear?
I've forgotten where everything is. I was looking for a coffee cup, actually.
Oh, okay. I just I have them all over the place, you know.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, look, I only keep a few there, and then some old ones elsewhere.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really scared because Jeff's threatening to put me back in the penthouse.
How can you do that? What? I don't understand that. He can't do it.
You know, he came over the other day and he's waving this piece of paper in front of my face, and it's probably because he doesn't want me to publish Janice's book, I think. So he just wants me out of the picture.
Well, he can't do it. It's as pure as simple as that. I mean, I work with Claire, and she's starting to boss me around and whatever. They both want me out of the picture. I know that for a fact, but they're not going to get away with it, right? So this is probably just another tactic to get at you so you can get to me. It's not happening. Don't worry about it.
There must be something we're missing. It just puzzles me, you know, after all this time, how she's, you know, playing with your mind, how she's been playing with your mind.
I know. The woman's evil. I tell you right now, I have been thinking I've been supporting her and sending her money. Right?
Yeah.
And she just accepted that. I didn't find out until later on that I needn't have been sending her the money. I can't stand her. I think she's a bitch, a cow, and any other thing you can think of. And I'm going to get even with her and she's not going to win out.
I suppose we will never have peace unless one of them is dead, maybe.
Or both of them.
That'd be great.
Everything comes to an end. I mean, I understand you may have been quite upset.
Of course, I was. You know, like all this time I thought it might be me, but turns out the truth is Penelope died of allergy to sulfur.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, how has she been exposed to sulfur? We're still investigating.
From what I understand, the foundation of the entire Purple Grove was built on a cement mixed with the sulfur to create a different, strength to it and color to it.
It's about 10 years ago now she passed away, so I don't know, the time between she was exposed to that. But the thing is, obviously, with the DNA, the research, investigation, all that, there was something more than only the inhaler that put her in a coma.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's truly the inhaler at all. I think we need to investigate this more.
Are you going wedding plans?
Oh, look, I'm just a chauffeur. I bring her everywhere, and she's the main idea. She got everything down, and I just make sure everything goes smoothly.
It's happening soon anyway.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I'm really excited about this, and more excited about, starting the next stage of my life as well.
I was in the office, Dad's office, the other day, telling him, oh, we're staying so I can help him. I'm just playing the game, right? But while I was in there, I noticed behind his mother's portrait that's on a bookshelf, he's got all these documents, and I saw the date 1985.
Right, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm thinking we need to know what these documents are.
Yeah.
I shouldn't remove them. Should I just take photos?
I think for now, just take photos. If he knows that they're missing, he's going to know something's up.
We're on to him.
So just get the info, take as many photos as you can, and then put it back exactly the way you found it.
I'm here, Deb, upstairs.
Hey.
Hi.
I just wanted to come over and kind of apologise. You were right. Nothing came of the DNA tests. I know. I feel a bit ridiculous about the whole thing, quite frankly, so you were right. But also, I just wanted to see if it would be okay if I maybe came back to Purple Grove for a while. Sean and I have decided there's no rush in going on our trip. So I'd like to come back for at least a few months and help out, like old times.
Well, I hope I can rely on you.
Well, you know you can. You know I love Purple Grove. And I love you. You're my dad.
Well, I must say I'm quite relieved and very happy about that. It's good.
All right, I'd love to come back. Hey, I was going to ask you, this photo, you said it was your grandmother, but it's my grandmother.
Oh, just doing a little bit of decluttering here.
Okay.
Yes, so that's what I'm doing.
Who's that?
My grandmother.
Really?
Yes.
It's gorgeous. How old was she?
Oh, in that photo, quite young. Yes, it's a lovely photo, that. Yes, that's your grandmother. Sorry, I made a mistake. I've got two similar pictures.
Okay.
Yes, it's your grandmother.
Nice photo.
Yes.
You don't talk about her much.
No, well, it's just that being a nun, she's been in the convent all these years and passed away there. So that's simply the reason. Who's that? Oh, I better go down and have a look. It might be Nina. Okay, just a sec.
Yeah, no problem.
1985, that's it.